Hello and welcome back to JOSKA-SKA-SKA. I'm Sam.
And I'm Jim.
And welcome back to our Fully Coolly recap discussion podcast. We are in mid of progression.
Progressive.
Progression, whatever.
So, yeah, we finished the original Fully Coolly. That was really good. We watched the first 2 episodes of Progressive. Not good, but not bad. I would say these 2 are bad. Like, this is just bad anime.
I'm scratching my head after this.
So, yeah, we watched episodes 3 and 4 of Fully Coolly Progressive.
Yes.
Which is funny because I would say episodes 3 and 4 of the original Fully Coolly are probably the best ones.
Probably, yes, I would
And
agree.
Funnily, these are the worst ones.
I was very baffled by a lot of what's going on. I'm like, what is this show anymore?
I feel like they don't even know. Like,
Exactly.
Clearly, the people. I mean, it's weird because I think since we last met, I looked a little bit up into the production, and like a lot of the people that I guess you would say like formed the identity of Fully Coolly, both like in the original Japanese crew and also the American like dubbing side, did return for the sequel, but it just doesn't feel like it's anything. It doesn't feel like it has a reason to exist.
It's like someone saw one episode of Fully Coolly and just like, yeah, I know what Fully Coolly is about. I can make something of just complete nonsense.
It's exactly just like the worst kind of business, like boardroom decision of like, hey, that Fully Coolly show is really popular. It has a huge cult following. We have some extra money. We're Adult Swim. We can throw some money around.
We need the show Conti crucified. We really just need.
We need Conti crucified.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny, I guess.
So, yeah, I guess we could talk about this get this over with quickly.
Yeah, let's get this over with.
So, yeah, the first episode 3 we watched is called Stone Skipping.
Oh, thank you. I was going to say I did not get the episode names down.
Yeah, I mean, the title cards were very all over the place, literally.
And they finally did the Fully Goody. They did that, which they had not done in this series yet.
Except with all
the eye catch, like the little eye catch thing.
Yeah, with all the remember this moments, but so yeah, this is like the beach episode essentially.
Do you remember how it begins? They keep the trend of beginning with like a dream that
of her
Haruko. What's her name? Haruno? No, that's not her name. What's her name? Itadori. Hidomi. There we go. Hidomi is having a dream.
He only said it like 20,000 times in the course of like 2 episodes.
I was just tuning it out at that point.
You couldn't understand him half the time anyway.
Yeah. So Hidomi's having another dream. Every episode begins with her having a dream sequence, except the next one. Which is weird because
it felt. It was just like if everything that the dream was like stuff that would happen or what she was like in like the episode afterwards.
Yeah, she's acting like a weird, bubbly, like super genki anime girl.
But she's filling up her boobs and her ass like she's like possessed by a horny spirit.
Yeah, she talks about how she's got like she wants to like rip her skin off. It's very like edgy, but like it's kind of edgy.
I'm 14, and this is deep.
Yeah, no, not even that. Like it has like the edginess of that's like a boardroom. They're like, dude, she just starts like groping herself. It's crazy.
What if I was a horny female, I'd be groping myself.
If I was a horny female, a Japanese schoolgirl,
the Adult
I'd be
Swim,
groping myself.
The half of Adult Swim boardroom, and the other half is like the Infrastructure IG boardroom. But yeah, we see it's just like Haruko, Jinyu.
You mean Haruko 2?
Sure, Jim.
I refuse to call her by her name. She is Haruko 2.
Hidome. Then we have Ide and the fat friend, and Marco.
Everyone's favorite. I think Marco might be my least favorite character.
I only remember his name because of Attack on Titan.
Literally the same thing. I just keep thinking of Attack on Titan.
But Goro is the fat friend because, of course, the fattest name is Goro.
Just like in
just like Persona 5. As I said, he's consuming pancakes.
Yeah, I can't make that joke again. I keep making that same joke.
I'm going to make the same response.
So, all right, they're at the beach. Hijinks ensue. Our main girl is being a antisocial as usual.
Yeah.
Haruko and Haruko 2 are having like a funny moment where she's like pouring sand on her. It's a lot of hijinks.
I'm gonna put
in service of nothing.
It's not sunscreen. It's tanning lotion. Haha.
And it's just like jokes. It's just
So
gags.
the main thing is Goro said he was bringing his fake high school girlfriend with him.
But he didn't say fake. That's the reveal.
I know, but...
So yeah, a girl comes who does not look like she belongs in this anime.
No.
She has like a totally different... She looks like a KyoAni character.
She looks like she's like a ripoff of Lily from Zombieland. She's like a ripoff of that. So I was like, I'm just like inspired by this character. We're just gonna. She does not belong in the show. She has a weird like gimmick of, oh yeah, this is my emotional support plant, which somehow got a chuckle out of Jim.
It did, actually. I thought the emotional support plant thing was kind of funny. I won't fucking lie.
But
so her name is Aiko, which
yes.
I feel like is a reference to Project Aiko, which was a big, cute girl character anime that was big in, I think, the late 80s. She's like a robot or something. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of just, like, name drop references that really serve no purpose. I've wanted to watch Project Aiko for a long time. I feel like a fake... it's pronounced Project Aiko, like Aiko. She's very cute.
Sure.
She's got red hair.
Okay, sure.
Aiko.
I feel like that's like every like series from that time look design.
Yeah, she has that kind of what's it called? Is the girl from what's it called? Tokimeki Memorial? Does she have red hair or does she have pink hair? I can't remember. I feel like she might have red hair.
Or maybe in pink hair, I don't know.
Whatever, it's unimportant.
Pink is a shade of red.
Pink is technically a shade of red. You are correct. Thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem. My insights are vast. but yeah, basically she brings his girlfriend. The friends are sus about it.
Yeah, they just don't believe it. Like, they do the classic thing where they're like, "Whoa, why do you like him?" And she's like, "Oh, he's so cute." She doesn't even say that. She's like, "Oh, I just really like him."
We live with this fat fucking idiot.
This gross, disgusting. Which funny though, because like they do the thing with him earlier where it's like, oh, he's wearing a skirt because he's like, I don't know, weird. He's got like a weird androgynous thing, but then he's just wearing like a pink bathing suit. Like they don't commit to like him being weird
or being like the fashion man.
Yeah, he just has like a tiny pink. It's not even a Speedo. Like if it was a Speedo, I'd be like, okay, that's kind of like a gag, but it's just nothing. It was just like nothing.
Whatever. He's literally not important in this episode other than to introduce this new character, Aiko, that actually is a recurring character now.
Yeah, so they have another reference, or sorry, not a reference, but they have another scene where Haruko and Haruko 2 are just talking about like, why are you here? Well, we have the same goal. Like Haruko 1 says like she's here to fulfill a wish.
We've heard this a million times. It's like me and you are the same, but we're also different.
It's fucking stupid. I really hate Haruko 2. Haruko 2, I think, is like the worst part about Fully Cooley.
I don't know. I also don't like Haruko in this anymore because I don't know what the point of her anymore
Haruko's really bad. It's just like
I don't know what her purpose is.
Yeah. It's just bad. So, we get an Attack Number 1 reference. Attack Number 1 is an old volleyball anime from like the 80s.
Sure, it is.
And they play volleyball, and the original Haruko just says Attack Number Ichi.
What was it called? The popular Shonen Jump one.
Haikyuu?
Yeah, the original Haikyuu.
Yeah, it's a girls volleyball team.
Okay, so it was a less horny one because apparently everybody's horny about Haikyuu.
Well, I don't know.
I've been to enough conventions to know how horny fucking Haikyuu fans are.
I haven't seen enough Attack Number 1 to confirm or deny,
But yeah, so we get the volleyball stuff, just like everybody's
just hijinks that serve no purpose.
Yeah, hijinks like Ginyu is like buried in cement instead of sand, haha.
Which becomes like a problem actually. That's kind of like a recurring thing in the episode where she's unable to do anything really.
But the main thing is that like what's it called
the main thing is when Ide crushes a watermelon with a stick.
Man, a watermelon.
A watermelon.
But Hidomi is like basically taken away, and Ide goes to go look for her. But in the same time, is that Marco follows Aiko. Basically, they're dropping Aiko back off the train station. He follows like her and Goro, and find out that he's paying her to be a rent-a-girlfriend.
Yeah,
trademark.
Legitimately being a rent-a-girlfriend.
And yeah, she just gives him the potted plant.
Which, can we just talk about?
I hate that.
I really don't understand. Like, that is like self-cucking, isn't it? Like,
it's also like weird, like safe for work prostitution.
It literally is, and that's kind of the one thing I thought interesting with this Aiko character, Aiko, is that she has like she's afraid of being like caught being a prostitute essentially. So she like makes sure there is a transaction that is not just her time. And attention. So that's when she gives him the plant, and she makes him charge overtime, and her whole demeanor changes. She's like a bitch.
Yeah.
Is it in this episode when we find out the whole thing about the potted plant?
I think that.
Or was that next episode? It doesn't matter.
It may be in this episode.
I think it was this episode. Also, so there's a ton of irons. There's all those medical mechanica buildings. They're all over in the ocean. Like in the original series, we only saw the one. We only saw the one that was in the middle of town.
Yeah, and then the weird when he kind of go, in like the weird like purgatory kind of thing where you see like a bunch of them coming at him.
Which presumably that was like the goal of the bad guys.
Yes.
Is it Animus? Is he like
Adamus?
Is Adamus the guy that would be crushing everyone? I honestly don't understand like the overall plot of Fully Cooley.
And the series isn't really helping with that, is it?
No, it's not. But
because the main thing should be taken away is the coming of age story, and not like the Adamus like space story.
Yeah, that's like my big problem with Fully Cooley and like this being a sequel. It's like it's not interested in being a sequel in terms of like being a weird coming of age like otaku reference story. It's like, oh no, we have to reference the original and only the original. We can only reference the original. And
I really wish that if they wouldn't do the Fully Cooley, they could do other stuff. Maybe just have Ginro as like just the new alien character, but not have her be just like Haruko. She can make her different. Like,
you can't bring back old characters. You cannot do it. It's forbidden. You can't bring back Haruko because it just diminishes Haruko. Like, the Haruko in the show fucking sucks. All she is just references and like references to Haruko.
Remember her in the fucking nurse outfit? This is what you get doing weird, creepy pervert stuff to our main Hidome.
I think they did that also already. Didn't they already have her in the nurse costume?
They had her in the emergency. They had her in the nurse costume.
No, in the season, this new season. I thought they already did it.
I don't think so. It was just her in the teacher outfit.
All right, so.
But seeing
that's actually kind of what comes up next.
Yeah, because he sees her in Hidome, like in her swimsuit, which makes them like fucking like.
So yeah, Haruko kidnaps Hidome, and it brings her to like one of the medical mechanica buildings, starts to undress her. She's wearing like a pink stripy like
a standard swimsuit.
Yeah, just like whatever. And I don't know. There's like. I don't know.
It makes him erupt like a fucking slime monster out of his head, even though like. It's not. When you think of it, like the eruption triggers in the original Fully Cooley is not like so like on the nose like this. Like
it's pretty on the nose.
I meant, but this one felt like it's way more on the nose compared to Fully.
That it's like a big pile of cum.
He's like, whoa, swimsuit. Where just like he sees like glimpses of like the women, and then it makes like it's different in the original series compared to like this one.
I would say that's like the least, because like in the original series, like. The one thing, like, he gets set off by, like, very romantic, or, like, very, like, sexual things. That's like the point.
Yes, but he's also, like, a fucking 12-year-old in that show, where he's, like, still, like, learning puberty. This is, like, a 14-year-old, like...
I don't think there's that much of a difference.
I don't know, man. It's so on the fucking nose.
Yeah, it's Fully Cooley. It's gonna be on the nose. That's, like, the point of Fully Cooley.
It's somehow more on the nose than the original Fully Cooley.
I still feel. Well, it's just, I would say it's bad. I would say this one's just bad.
Because, like, not only that, because he makes a fucking weird blob monster come out of his forehead.
So yeah, he makes a blob monster, and then he makes it attack Haruko, and then fight. There's just, like, a big fucking fight.
In the excursion, like, he kisses her chest by accident.
No, but the other way around.
Hidome kisses Ide's chest.
Yeah, she gets like launched. So they end up flying in the sky because every Fully Cooley fight needs to be everyone flying around in the sky.
He asked like they asked one woman on the staff like, what would make you like coom and be like kissing a man's chest by accident and like sure we're just throwing it in there.
Yeah, I mean it's fine, it's whatever, but it's so yeah, and then she overflows, which another thing that just kind of is annoying to me is the whole like. Overflow thing is something that like what's her name? Mamimi said like literally.
Oh my god, you remember her name? I'm so.
I've been trying. I've been practicing.
But because she overflowed, then she transforms into a weird like thing.
Because Mamimi doesn't. I mean, Mamimi's overflowing thing isn't like a supernatural. Like it doesn't actually. It's just like a weird thing that she says.
It's a term.
Yeah, in this overflowing, it's like literally a weird like power that. What's her name? Itadori has?
It's the like the fucking like NO activation like term.
Yeah, but it's dumb because like I don't know. It's I just hate how like derivative this show is. It's terrible. It's bad.
Yeah,
it's a shitty sequel. It's just bad. I don't like it.
During it causes because Ida gets to her and like they tell her like Haruko tells him to remove her headphones.
So yeah, So what happens? We didn't say. So what happens is when she overflows, a big like giant like brain fetus made out of like trash.
I
comes out
literally
of
said
her
it's a
head.
thing. I don't even know what a name to the thing that it just manifests
To me, it looked kind of like a brain at first, but it had an eye, so I think it's supposed to be like a fetus.
The wiki refers to it as a large floating junk pile.
Yeah, I guess that's like what it is. It's not what it looks like, but so yeah, and then what happens? They do the funny. Okay, so the culmination of the other plot line with Goro getting found out that he has a rent-a-girlfriend is he gets so mad that he hits the potted plant with a big stick, and it flies and it hits Ide in the head.
No, that's not until next episode.
No. The potted plant hits him in the head in this episode.
No. It happens next episode. That's why it sucks him in the next episode.
No, but remember he hits the potted plant.
Oh yeah, he hits it. I thought you meant that when he gets hit by the.
Yeah, but doesn't he get hit by it?
No.
Wait, then why does the potted plant fly in the sky?
It lands in the car. For the next episode.
Wait, no, that's not true.
I'm pretty sure.
Hold on. I'm looking at my notes.
Because I'm pretty sure that because like when he gets him getting hit in the head with the pot.
No, I wrote black and white flower pot. He gets hit in the head in this episode, and it does the funny black and white thing, and he spins around. And then I don't know if anything happens from it. I honestly don't care.
No, because something only happens in the next episode when he gets hit in the head, because there's like a weird explanation about what the potted plant is in the next episode.
Yeah, which I think they tease a little bit, because I think they have one gag where we see, like I don't know what to call him, like what was his name from the original series?
Just call him Maybe Eyebrows.
Yeah, maybe the eyebrows guy. Like he's a scene where he's like, where's that flower pot? Like, oh, that's a special thing. Like, we can't lose that. So yeah, we learn later that it's made out of Conti.
And
spoilers.
We'll get there. But basically, like Haruko tries to tell Ide, hey, remove those earphones, and then the earphones have like a fucking like emergency. Like if you try to remove this, it's gonna drill into Hidomi's head.
Which I actually like that visual of like the massive drills. Like they're like huge drills.
Yeah, it's
going into her brain.
She'd be fucking dead.
Yeah, it would be instant brain death.
And the headphones were created by Medical Mechanica because we gotta tie them in here.
I think I wrote something down about. Okay, so one thing that Haruko 2 says is she mentions brainwashing suppression mechanism. So I think part of that, like I think the headphones are doing that. So it's preventing Haruko 1 from like getting inside her brain and like fucking with it like she does with all the male characters.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, and then that's really it. Like he does an epic guitar moment. The boy Ide does an epic guitar moment where he like frees her. He slams a guitar on the rocks and frees her, and whatever. Sure. It's stupid. Yeah, but so then the final epic moment where we get there's always like a tease. There's always like the blah blah blah. Haruko 2 is like, our objectives are different, Haruko 1, but our targets are the same.
We're not so different, you and I.
Yeah, basically. So I have nothing to say about this episode. More than we've already said.
I'm scratching my head through a lot of this.
Episode 2 does not begin. So episode 2, I mean episode 4.
Episode 4 is called LUPQR.
LUPQR.
Leculiar? I don't know.
Wait.
I don't know.
Is it like a French word?
I don't fucking know.
Wait, let me see. LUPQR? LUPQR. Okay, I have no idea. Like loop, like the word loop. It's like loopy.
Loopcur.
LUPQR. Whatever, I don't care.
Too deep for me. Okay.
So yeah, this episode does not begin with a dream sequence as every episode previous has.
No, we see the new Hidome who's been brainwashed or
new and improved.
Literally bimbified.
Yeah, she's basically just like a weird, like how she was portrayed in the very beginning of the last episode. Like she has like no brain cells. She's just always running around. Like it's very like deformed. Like they do like the she's very like cartoony, like bouncing
upbeat,
around.
Like really upbeat, really like energetic.
Like a child. She's behaving like a child essentially.
She regressed.
Yeah, and then of course this is when Marco gets interested in her.
Everybody's like concerned about her that knows her except for Marco, who finds her attractive, but like I feel like the attractive subplot is like not important at all in this episode.
It's hilarious that it kind of gets dropped, actually.
Like, unless they're gonna like make that next episode,
maybe
where the jealousy thing was like a thing in Fully Cooley a lot. Like when every other romantic interest was in the show, there was a jealousy thing involved in it.
And not to say that the original Fooly Cooly didn't have things that were just touched upon in one episode and brought up later, but it felt really weird because it got a lot of attention in the first act, and then they literally I don't remember Marco really showing up near the end of this episode. Oh no, he does. Marco does show. He's actually very important to the third act.
Sure, yeah.
Remember his big head boner?
Yeah, it was this weird, useless robot that he had coming out of it.
Ugh, that thing looks fucking gross.
It was useless.
And not in a good way.
No.
So, yeah, Marco's interested in her. A lot of bullshit's happening. The characters are just, following her around.
They're basically saying we're going to do a plan with, Jinyu, Haruko, and Ide. We're just going to storm Medical Mechanica, and we're just going to, fucking destroy it to free her from her fucking headphone security mode.
Yeah, the only person that's really upset by this out of, the humans is Ide. Ide's, really upset. Also, we do get a scene. So we learn that the maybe eyebrows guy is working with the old eye patch man, who are characters that we saw before
in the restaurant.
At the restaurant, and they have a weird kind of secret base inside maybe eyebrows guy's house,
living room.
His living room. And then we see it. We see Conti crucified. The upper torso of Conti crucified.
In an active Conti that they've been using to develop technology, because that's what the flower pot is, and I guess maybe the bear statue that we see her use.
Yeah, we see a little gag with Aiko in this episode where she goes on a rent-a-date with another boy, and she gives him this meticulously carved bear statue,
which has the ability to reverse NO channel polarity, which means why they get sucked in. That's why when you get bonked in the head, it sucked them in.
Okay.
So until they got sucked out.
Yeah, that was fucking stupid.
But so yeah, they basically have they set the plan. We see the Conti stuff, with eye patch and the dude, and not maybe eyebrows. I don't know. And yeah, so they basically grab Hidomi off the road while they're at. Oh, it also has that thing where Marco bumps into Hidomi doing graffiti art.
She's becoming a manic pixie dream girl in front of his very eyes, and he can't contain himself.
And yeah, and then he has to go to his job, which is a fucking theme park ride tester. I don't, because there's some weird old dude that looks like, oh my god, he looks like an old dude from
Dragon Maid.
Yes,
it's the old man that does the wood carvings in Dragon Maid. Actually,
yeah, that weird old man extra they have in Ruby as well.
Yep.
that they plastered all over Ruby Chibi. We stupidly watched that all.
Sam, they only had so much budget to make character models, especially in season 1. They had to reuse.
Because it looks like in this it would be the Sky's known character would be in.
Yeah, it does. But so yeah, Marco's whole plot in this episode is basically he's just on this Viking ship ride, suffering.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of just random bullshit that happens. Eyebrows guy and eye patch man are really worried when they hear that the Viking ship has been...
They're worried or excited or something.
It seemed to me like they were... It's the way they referred to it, it was like their enemies have acted and they need to react.
Yeah. And it's fucking weird, man. We have also...
I honestly kind of forget how they even get to...
we have Ide gets hit in the head with a flower pot, which sucks in Haruko.
Yeah, why did they go to the iron?
Because they believe that to free her from her security protocol that's on her earphones.
And yeah, they brought her with... Well, they actually grabbed her on the way.
Yeah, they just grab her.
And so, yeah, as you said, he does get hit in the head also in this episode. And it makes a black hole that sucks Haruko and Haruko 2 in.
They talk about, their goals about, oh, yeah, we want... we should allow Adamus to be brain free. Haruko, fuck off. Stop. Stop try to get your shit you want. But Haruko's I want to get what I want, because I always get what I want.
I'm the main character.
Pretty cool, right?
So they have, Haruko basically is all right, I'm going to consume you. It doesn't happen just yet, but...
And then basically they just come out in the fucking Adamus Naruto mode, essentially, red and blue Super Saiyan.
They come out of I've said Ninamori.
Hidomi.
Hidomi. They come out of Hidomi though, because Hidomi has an overflow moment.
Because her fucking he overflowed and the headphones finally come off.
Yes.
And allowing them to come out. Yeah, they just come out in Super Saiyan mode.
It's really stupid. Like, yeah, so one is blue, one is red, and they just start flying. Once again, for some reason...
Remember when Naoto did that in Fooly Cooly? Remember?
But it's just like, for some reason, they think that every Fooly Cooly fight needs to end... Every episode of Fooly Cooly needs to end with a big fight in the sky. Everyone flying around. Like,
yeah.
Why is that the lesson that they learned from the original Fooly Cooly?
Like,
it's not even true for most episodes.
How many fights just ended with, like, Conti going in the fucking cannon mode and shooting the fucking thing?
It's only really happens in episode, 5 and
90% of the fights
6?
are, like, Conti getting his ass beat until he consumes Naoto to shoot the fucking bad guy.
Yeah.
It's only like 2 episodes really have like a really cool like the baseball episode is literally just like a build up to Naoto hitting it with the fucking guitar.
Yeah, which technically they do have a fight in the sky, because like they
of course they do,
because she's flying around as she's doing the reference.
They don't know that the character stuff is like way more important than the fight stuff. The fight stuff is just like icing on the cake.
Or maybe they do know, and cynical, they're just like, hey, we're just going to give them... We'll give those consumers exactly what they fucking
there's
want.
There's no chemistry between Ide and Hidomi, like, at all.
It's just that he likes her.
You compare all the chemistry between all Naoto and, like, all the fucking female characters that he interacts with. And it's like...
Naoto and Ninamori have like such great scenes. They really don't interact too much except in episode 3. But in that episode, it's wonderful. Like, yeah. She even says it's pretty cool, right? She says
you don't even like Mimi that much, but like the interactions they have are like incredibly more interesting. Like,
yes.
Like you get so much more. Like Naoto is a character where Ide is just like, oh yeah, he's a working man. He works fucking like a fucking construction job.
That was all. Yeah, that's all we got from him. That's true.
And now he's like, oh yeah, he likes girl because girl is girl.
Yeah. I can't wait for the fight, the next episode to end with a fight flying around in the sky.
Oh god. But yeah, also during this all, we see Marco testing a Viking ship with like a device on his head. Or I guess it's like a fucking NO device that just opens up.
Yeah. At
some point that makes like like a on rail kit. Remember those fucking things in Star Wars? Yavin Ford like fucking like the little like observation thing when you see the guy that's holding a scanner thing like on like the fucking pod.
It's
a tower a tower version of that where it just has like fucking cannon like missiles shoot out of it.
It's really stupid. So yeah, I think he gets launched. Like Marco gets launched and then he's under the I think the iron is like falling, so Marco like
they're like bamboo shoots.
Yeah, he shoots out of his head. It's like long ass bamboo shoots, and then like a robot comes and the robot starts fighting, shooting missiles. They just do like the missile circus thing again. Like it's just so dumb. Like I don't like watching the characters just fly around the screen. It feels brainless.
Yeah.
Whereas like think of how awesome was it episode 5? Was that the gun episode or episode 4?
5 is a gun.
No, I'm thinking of the baseball one. The one with the big trench coat one. Like,
yeah.
How fucking cool that was, and like just how awesome like all the movements felt. With this, it's just the characters are literally just Super Saiyans, like zipping and zooping around.
But you only clangs like they clang the guitar so many fucking times where it's just like. I get it. It's like that's not the impacts, like the fight stuff that people care about. It's like literally just the swords, but the guitars.
Yeah.
Where like we like the weird, unique stuff of like the monsters they fight. Where like, oh yeah, there was a green blob that he summoned that does literally nothing. It literally just farts away.
It's really stupid. That wasn't the last one.
I know it's the last
right?
episode, but still, yeah.
I literally couldn't remember for a second. So yeah, and what annoyed me about that too is Haruko like controls it. Like why? Like. Why is Haruko able to control it?
Because she beats it, because she's so strong.
It's dumb.
It's very dumb.
It's just like the mech designs in this suck. They look like the way that new anime
How
designs
cool
mechs.
was it to see like, oh, it's the first robot with like a hand, and then we see the rest of the robot afterwards without the hand.
And the design was great.
Yeah.
The design was really cool.
It's fucking cool. And then this is just like snores. And yeah, so Haruko still fights Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan Red fights Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan Blue gets a fucking hole in her chest. Haruko consumes her. Haruko's like, hey, you should come with me so we can free Adamus. And she's like, no. And she puts her headphones back on. And that's the end of the episode.
Oh, you forgot the most epic part when Haruko put on the Kamina glasses.
Yeah, because they're one. They're one and the same. You better make this picture of Conti crucified as the fucking thumbnail.
That's a really good metaphor for the show.
Yes, it really is.
It's like, yeah, literally crucify Conti. Like,
remember this guy, this inactive guy? Like, we brought him back finally. But we have I was like I don't know what to think, man. I don't.
Oh,
like
I know
this.
what to think.
I don't like this. Like, is they gonna bring fucking Naoto Mamimi back by the end credits thing? Who knows?
Oh, I know what to think. It's a piece of doggy doo doo.
It is.
I'm gonna channel my inner angry video game nerd.
It is a fucking load of diarrhea dog shit.
It's a load of diarrhea dumps.
I was like, I mentioned we were just talking through this episode where I'm like, I don't know what their mindset is. It's like, what's the point of like half of this? Like, literally half my mindset going through is like, what's the point? Like, you're not telling any. You're trying to like recall like a coming age story, and I'm just like, it's not good. It's not good. Like, I'm not like involved with any of these characters.
I don't know the right way to readapt
You literally
fully for the modern era, but this is certainly not.
You literally introduce a new character that does nothing other than to be a rent-a-girlfriend.
She's honestly the character I'm most interested in because she feels so weird and different. Like,
but her design is like
her design isn't great, but I want to see what they do with her. Like,
probably nothing because she's not important.
Probably nothing.
She's not important. She's not like a romantic option for like any character.
Yeah.
Like I just don't see the point in anything.
Yep, that's capitalism, baby. We gotta sell you the same thing you liked when you were a child.
God, I think there was like an interview with like, if I could find that quote, because he was like about the formation of it, where it's just like, if I like don't do the original like justice at all, like, or the sequel of it, if like I failed, I'm like, well, you fucking failed there.
Yeah, I would say this was like flawed from the start.
The game was rigged from the start.
What?
The show was rigged from the start.
Yeah, I really just don't know what more can we say? Like, it's just not good. I don't like it. I kind of don't want to watch anymore.
Imagine seeing this in theaters. I would have had a nice nap.
It's funny because like I was thinking about how I didn't hate the first episode. Like, I think I was still kind of like denial.
It was like the opposite of you in the original FLCL, where you're not like into the first episode, and then like everything after that like hooked you.
Yeah.
And this is like the opposite. You're like, I didn't hate. I was like, this is like mid, but like it's fine. And you're like, no.
Because I think I think the mid. It's like, it's very easy to like mess up a first episode. I was definitely like intrigued a bit of like, okay, what are we gonna do? But the moment that I was like, oh, we're just in the same setting. And we're just doing the same beats over again.
Yeah.
And the mech designs are bad now. It was just like, no, there's nothing here. There's nothing here.
Yeah. There really is nothing here. I don't care about any character. Like,
I don't know how they made fucking another season, and then also they're doing 2 more. Why? For what purpose?
Money.
I want to do
lots of money.
I want to do like a progressive counter of like a percentage of how much original FLCL there is to like the new stuff.
Yeah.
Because every time they put a new one out, it's just going to be like shrinking and shrinking and shrinking until there's like 1% left.
Yeah.
Because they're going to do more. Why not?
But they want to do a crazy, wild, or different experience. But it's just like, it feels like someone just like trying to be deep, and like they're just speaking nonsense half the time. This dialogue in the past, especially these last 2 episodes, where like, This people understand the deepness of adults by just speaking in like nonsense.
Like, why? So let's presuming that Adult Swim is really the one that like funded this and like were the reason why this got through. Why didn't they just do Big O? Like, why didn't they just do anything else?
I know.
Literally do Cowboy Bebop 2.
No, it would have been like Outlaw Star 2 or something.
Literally, just like
I mean, Big O would have been like the best option for like.
Big O would have been like as a show I've never seen. I can imagine them easily like rebooting that. But FLCL, it's not like something that you could just do again.
Yeah.
It's kind of like very tied to its own original era.
Yeah. God. It just it hurts, man. I'm glad
you're subjecting yourself to this.
I know. I did this. I bought this fucking DVD.
You bought them. You paid money.
You can vote in how to destroy this thing in the comments. But I'm just trying to read through some like this like Polygon like interview is like about progression and everything.
Progressive.
I there's no progression here.
There's no progression.
Because like
I would say I've made the joke before, but it's quite regressive.
But they said we try to stick to the spirit of particularly Haruko. He added later because that activates what they call the NO in the show. It's just like what?
How about you say NO to people that tell you to watch FLCL 2?
In the show, the feelings of sexuality or feelings of romantic longing, so it just embedded in the show's DNA and didn't want to turn from that for sure. It's just people getting bloody noses. That has been that.
I would say that they like failed because the original show is a lot more sexual.
I found
content.
I found the thing I remember from this interview before. Like, I just hope that they are just entertained. Look, for me, it's a victory if someone watches it and doesn't feel like they wasted their time. If they don't feel like this is a stain on the Fully Cooley legacy, then I did a good job.
Wow. Really setting a high bar for yourself. It doesn't feel like a stain.
From DeMarco, I think that's might have been the someone of, I mean, the Adult Swim side. I gotta find out, double check who it is. But yeah, I like that whole quote on this, like, did not.
Yeah, really shooting for the rafters with that one.
Shooting his shit.
Because I think they got that guy might have been like the original ADR director, or they had like, I think the people they got back on the American side were obviously some of the voice actors, but also the guy who wrote the script, guy who wrote the scripts for it.
That quote came from Jason DeMarco, who is the senior vice president and creative director in Adult Swim, and probably on the show as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But they got the original character designers back too, or the character designer.
Because like Hark,
which is terrible.
It's weird because because we were mentioning this before. Like Aiko doesn't look like a Fully Cooley character. Marco looks like a Great Pretenders character.
It really does.
And Haruka looked really weird in the nurse. There's like a moment she looked really off in like the nurse outfit, where she didn't look like her. She was like from a different show.
It's really weird because they do like the weird, super deformed characters only like in that one episode when the main girl had her like weird brain attack.
Yeah,
and she's being silly, but that's something Haruko did a lot in the original.
We didn't even talk about that. They tried to do a repeat of the brain. The NO space transfer that they did in the original show, where they do it with Marco, with her bumping into Marco.
Oh, that's right, they do that.
But it's not like as like obvious in the show, where they made like the impact very focused at they are hitting head to head, where it's just like the casual like, oh no, I'm late for work. I hope I don't get late and bump into somebody.
It's stupid.
Yeah,
it's just bad.
Yeah, they try to do the member berries the worst way possible.
It's stupid, it's bad, and I don't care anymore.
I don't care. What a story, Jim.
All right, let's end this.
Anything else thoughts about this is bad?
I think, okay, the one last thing I'll say is, like, nothing felt like more of a fuck you moment than when after the headphones that, like, literally gave her brain damage, she sees them on the ground and puts them back on.
Because she can't get into her head, because she's trying to get into use her head to get into the space to get Adamus back, so she puts them back on there for security.
It's dumb.
Get out of my head.
Get out of my head.
Get out of my head.
All right, let's end this. Can you plug it up, please?
You want me to plug up the...
Plug up the fucking huge plot hole that makes this show bad. This show's bad just not because of plot holes.
I'm excited to see how we can destroy these DVDs. 2 DVDs.
It's 2.
Oh, thank you. We'll plant it in your garden and we'll grow shit.
No, we are not planting it in my garden.
We'll grow a shit pickle.
No. Oh, there's an Angry Video Gaming reference.
I know.
Angry Video Gaming Nerd reference.
Well, thank you all so much for listening. It's a $30 I'll never give back.
You did this yourself.
I did do this. I have no one to blame but myself. Because God forbid no one else wants to show this dub on any other fucking platform. I'd rather not get the viruses in your computer. So thank you all for listening. Again, you can like, comment, subscribe. Any thoughts for if you're one of the 3 people that also watch this show?
Hey, you were apparently enough to get them to buy 2 more seasons. So good for you.
Somehow.
Good for you for enjoying Fully Cooley Progressive and Alternative.
You can also you also can follow the podcast on Twitter to get updates. You also find me and Jim separately. You can also join the Discord as well. And with that, I feel that's everything else to talk about in the plugs.
Yep.
So with that, we'll see you next time on the finale of Fully Cooley Progressive.
Progressive.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Before we get to the alternative of Fully Cooley.
I don't know how it could get worse, but I probably shouldn't say that.
Hope you like just girls. hope you know the Fully Cooley guy went out and bring out the girls. And that's what he did. So yeah. See ya.
Goodbye.
Jim's had to ponder there for a moment.
I had the 100-yard stare.
He really did. I was like, "Are you okay? Am I supposed to say something here?"
Goodbye.
Farewell.